Out the year of the GMT, and I don't see it ending anytime soon. Matter of fact, I have a few more on the way for review myself, so GMTs are the watch trend right now, especially in the micro brand world. Today I have the Boldr Safari GMT. The Safari lineup is new for Boldr, and it's an interesting collection that has a few limited editions, some field watch models with no bezel, diver style models, and then a few GMT pieces like this one here. The one I have in hand is dubbed a Tarangire, and I did look up that pronunciation, so if I'm wrong saying it, I apologize. There are 3 different colors of the GMT Safari, and I chose the white dial as I felt it would be a great watch to go exploring with. See what I did there? Anyways, this is a 40mm case size with an NH34 GMT movement, and the price is currently $469. Is this new collection from Boldr a good addition to their lineup, and does this GMT stand out among others? Let's explore. Okay, did you get my hints there? Yes, this Boldr Safari does have a slight resemblance to a Rolex Explorer with the white dial, no way not to notice it. But upon closer inspection, it is a very different piece all around, with the only similarities really being that white dial, the orange GMT hand of course, and that fixed steel GMT bezel, which by the way isn't all steel as it does have an aluminum insert, though it is nicely integrated. And yeah, I did pick this one up because of the resemblance to the Explorer, but I like what is going on here. It gives off that vibe, but in no way is this a carbon copy, and this is much more of a rugged looking piece with some bold elements that the brand has become known for. But if it's still too close in look for you, there are 2 other versions, a green dial with a green and gold GMT bezel and an all blue model, and neither really resemble another watch out there. I mean, this isn't exactly some brand new, never before seen design, but it's not exactly one that you can look at and point to another one that looks exact, at least for those specific models. So what exactly is going on here? This is a 40mm case, a case that I don't believe I have seen from other Boldr collections. It's also pretty tight and compact with a 48mm lug to lug, and this isn't a very chunky watch at only 12.5mm. The case and bracelet are all bead blasted. Matter of fact, this entire watch is bead blasted. There's not a part on this watch that isn't. I have no idea how it would fare on a Safari. As far as durability, this has no hard coating at all, so yes, it's going to show the scratches, but I have always felt this kind of finish kind of hides scratches pretty well and doesn't look too bad all dinged up. This is obviously a watch that is meant to be worn outdoors and one to take a bit of a beating. The dial of the Safari GMT is interesting as it's a California dial, something not normally seen on a watch of this style. I like it though, but even with all the versions of this new Safari case, there are only 2 without the California dial, one not having any indices or numerals at all, so you really have to like this style of dial to get one of these watches, as I know it can be polarizing. I like it, and I think it is part of what makes it stand out. Now, the dial text and logo are fine, and I don't think they seem out of place to me. And though at most angles these hand surrounds do look black, they're actually gray, but you need to get the light or angle just right to see that. The dial itself is a pretty flat matte dial. It's bright white, and I love everything about it. The GMT hand is what is referred to as the caller's GMT, and what most are probably used to with GMT watches. So you pull out the knurled crown to the first position, and you can move the GMT hand around and set it where you want to track another time zone. This is a no-date dial, but not a no-date movement. Keep that in mind. Looking around the watch, this is a pretty attractive case in my opinion, and I really like the look of this watch. That is until we get to the case back. We have a sapphire exhibition case back to see the Seiko NH34 movement, but you really can't see it because of this horrible cartoon etching of an animal on the case back. This artwork is one of 4 that can end up on your case back randomly, and is in an animal from the Tarangire National Park. It took me quite a while to figure out what it was, and I mean that, because it's transparent, and the way it is on the glass, I had to turn it around a few times to figure out that it's actually a zebra, or at least I believe it to be a zebra. Either way, I would have preferred to leave the case back blank and just show the plain movement, or go with a nice stamped case back if you wanted to do some animal artwork. The bracelet here is pretty standard fare, solid links. These are push pins though, or should I say split pins, not screws like we are used to seeing these days. Nothing wrong with that though, and I find these very easy to size, and I usually have less worry about them ever backing out compared to a screw. The Y-link is a nice choice for this case, and those are some pretty large male end links, but I think they fit with the style and don't overpower the watch. The clasp is standard as well, your push-button safety style clasp here with a few holes for micro-adjusting. If you don't like the bracelet, it's easy to take off as it has quick-release pins, and the case also has drilled lugs for whatever other type of strap you would want to put on. On my 7.5-inch or 19.05 centimeter wrist, I would need to take out 3 links for a perfect fit, so this isn't the largest bracelet out there. I would venture if you had a wrist larger than 8 inches, you would want to inquire about extra links if you want to wear this on the bracelet. But yeah, on me, this is a very wearable piece, and I could easily wear this one every day. Lastly, we get to the lume, and as usual, Boldr makes sure their watches are going to scare the neighbors when you go outside at night. Alright, it's not that bright, but it's pretty damn bright, and you should be able to see the time throughout most of the night. I am really digging this new piece from Boldr. I may not be able to pronounce the model name of it exactly, but this new GMT is pretty snazzy, and while I get the Explorer-ish one I have here may not be for everyone, there are 2 other GMT models, and then the dive models and the field style models as well. That's the interesting thing about this new lineup, is how they took this one case design but made 3 different watch styles out of it. The all bead blasted case of this one is pretty rugged, but not so much that it looks out of place if you want to put on a nice shirt and pants. And with its size and weight, it's a very wearable piece, one that I could see getting more and more wrist time each week, especially if I wasn't always wearing and testing out so many review pieces. My biggest gripe would be that case back and artwork. I just really don't like it. Fortunately, no one would really see it unless I wanted them to, but I stand by that it was an odd choice for Boldr to do. So, I like it, but what about you? Yep, I want to hear your thoughts on the Boldr Safari GMT down in the comment section below. If you didn't get enough here, I will have a written review over on watchreport.com, so make sure to head over there to check out more of my thoughts on this piece. Link is in the description. Be sure to follow us on social media if you want to keep up to date with the channel and what's going on. And of course, to support the channel, all you need to do is give this video a like, or leave a comment, or hit that subscribe and notifications button. Or do all 4, and you will be a superstar. As always, it's greatly appreciated. This is Don Evans from Watch Report. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.